Oh, wow. If you're feeling that ache in your chest about Ryan Seacrest and the Wheel of Fortune situation, trust me, you're not alone. It's truly heartbreaking to see someone step into a dream role only to be met with a wave of backlash, especially when it's as high profile and beloved as Wheel of Fortune. It feels like the internet and sometimes even our own inner critics can be so quick to judge, to compare, and to tear down. Let's be real. Taking over for Pat Sajak is probably one of the most thankless jobs in television right now. Imagine stepping into shoes that have been perfectly molded by over 40 years of a living legend. 40 years. Pat Sajak wasn't just a host. He was an institution, a comforting, familiar face that welcomed us into our living rooms night after night. He was the quiet, witty, dependable constant in a world that's always changing. For many of us, Wheel of Fortune was Pat Sajak. It was the soundtrack to family dinners, the background hum of cozy evenings. That kind of deep-rooted emotional connection isn't just about a TV show. It's about nostalgia, tradition, and the feeling of home. So when Ryan Seacrest, a man who has built an undeniably impressive career as one of the most ubiquitous and professional hosts in entertainment, stepped up to the big wheel, he wasn't just taking on a job. He was taking on a legacy. And with that, he inherited the gargantuan task of satisfying millions of viewers who understandably cling to what they know and love. The reports of fan backlash, the criticisms about everything from his hosting style to specific game rulings, it's a harsh welcome, isn't it? We've seen some of it pop up, like the chatter about longer contestant intros or a perceived change in how he handles certain game mechanics. Some fans on social media have even pointed out moments where they felt he forgot a rule or chuckled at an unfortunate loss. It feels like every tiny misstep is magnified under the harsh glare of social media scrutiny. But let's pause for a moment and put ourselves in Ryan's shoes. This isn't some rookie getting their first big break. Ryan Seacrest has hosted American Idol for what feels like forever. He's led Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, and he's been a staple in radio. He's a pro. He's smooth. He's energetic, and he's incredibly polished. These are qualities that have made him successful in every other venture. Yet with Wheel of Fortune, those very qualities, or the perception of them, seem to be rubbing some people the wrong way. Why? Because Wheel of Fortune is an American Idol. It's not about big dramatic reveals or high octane energy. It's about a quiet rhythmic flow, a comforting predictability. Pat Sajak perfected that subtle, almost understated charm. He was the master of the perfectly timed dry wit, the knowing glance, the genial encouragement. And trying to replicate that, or even trying to forge your own path while respecting that history, is incredibly difficult. It's a classic case of expectation versus reality, isn't it? Fans expected Pat, and when they got Ryan, even a fantastic Ryan, it felt different. And different when it comes to beloved institutions can often feel like wrong. It's not necessarily a personal slight against Ryan. It's often a manifestation of our own discomfort with change, our own longing for the familiar. Think about it. Ryan is trying to find his rhythm, to connect with Vanna White, who another beloved constant who has a deep history with Pat, and to navigate the intricacies of a show that's been running on autopilot, so to speak, for decades. He's also trying to make the show his own without alienating the loyal fan base. That's a tightrope walk with no net under the brightest spotlights imaginable. So, when you hear about the tough time he's having, it's easy to feel for him. It's a reminder that even the most successful, most prepared individuals face immense pressure and criticism when they step into roles imbued with such history and emotional weight. It's a human story, really, about the challenge of living up to an almost mythical predecessor and the often unforgiving nature of public perception. Instead of piling on, maybe we can offer a little grace. Give him time to settle in, to find his own voice within the familiar cadence of Wheel of Fortune. After all, isn't that what we'd want if we were in his shoes? To be given a fair shot, to be judged on our own merits rather than constantly measured against an untouchable past. It's a tough gig, and Ryan Seacrest, the seasoned pro that he is, deserves our patience and, yes, a little bit of empathy as he navigates this truly monumental challenge.